Hello everyone, it's me Marshmallow, and in this video, I'm going to be giving the new castle house a makeover in PKXD. So let's get started. So the first thing I did was that I placed some pillars down just to make the corners look more interesting and for me to get a basis of what I'm going to decorate with. After placing down all the pillars, I was going to add some slabs to make the walls look more interesting, but I decided that it looked pretty clunky, so I just got rid of the idea altogether. After ditching that idea completely, I started to decorate the area between the stairs. What I did here was that I added a picture of my channel, and then I also added some medium slabs, as well as some other decorations around it. Also, I figured out that while using the brown items from the 3rd anniversary parkour pack, it can make for some really nice finishing touches on these medium-sized slabs, as well as everywhere else, as you'll see later in the video. Anyway, like I said earlier, I just continued by adding some plants and such. Now over here, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with the walls beside the stairs, but I ended up just adding some brown items because I feel like those items are super useful to make the walls look like there's more variation in between them, and also to add some more dimension to the house. And now I'm just adding some items and some plants to make the areas and the walls look more interesting. I decided to work on more of the walls, and I really just added more brown items. Then I realized I actually forgot to change the walls, and that's why I thought that the house was looking a little bit bland. So I was going for this kind of like white and brown kind of theme, and I think it turned out really amazing. So yeah. After that, I started to work on the kitchen area, and I started by blocking off the 2 rooms to the left side because I really didn't want to have to decorate those rooms, and I tend to reach the furniture limit, which really isn't a good thing. Anyway, I start off by placing some medium slabs, and I also blocked the doors by using some medium slab. Then I just added some more pillars to the build, and that's where I start decorating my kitchen. I was going for a kind of modern theme, and I really wanted to make the kitchen fit with the rest of the house, so I just added one of the fridges from the Monster event, and then I added some of the miraculous ladybug ovens, and then I also added some more things like a bag of flour, and even a fruit basket. Then I tackled the area beside the ovens and the fridge, and I just kind of made it like a little sink setup. And I used the Easter sink, and then I also added some more decor around it. Then I decided to give the kitchen a bit more dimension by placing some more brown items and merging them ever so slightly into the medium slabs. And from there, I just continued to add some medium slabs and some pillars, and from there, I just added more dimension to the kitchen. Now here's where I build the kitchen counter. And for the counter, I just decided to add a medium slab as well as a brown item, and I merged it inside the slab to make a really cool looking counter design. Then I just added some miscellaneous items onto it to complete the build. Then I just continued to adjust the kitchen by adding some more medium slabs and bringing down some of the brown items I placed earlier. And after that, I just added some things like rugs, windows, etc. to finish the build off. Then I started to work on the next area, and for this, I just added this funky like shelf design thing. I honestly don't really know what I was doing. I was just winging everything at this point. And to start this little design, I just placed some medium slabs down. After that, I was figuring out what I wanted to do with the shelf, but I ended up just adding some more brown items because honestly, those are the items I rely on when I don't know what to do with these houses. Then I decided to make this area kind of like a trophy area slash I don't even know area. It's just to display some cute things as well as some trophies from Zero Gravity and other things such as the vacation season and more. I also saw this idea from Mix'em, and what I did was that I added this fairy tower and I merged it inside of the pillar to make a really cool overgrown pillar. And then I added Team Flame's trophy from 2024 inside of the little balcony. After I placed the shelves down, I just continued adding more into the area by extending the area where I played the trophies, etc. I started by adding a semicircle above the door to add some more dimension, and then I added some more brown items on the wall beside it to evolve the place even more. And for this extended area, I wanted to make it have like a jukebox and like a microphone so then people can play music, but I actually ended up making it a little living area where there's gonna be a TV and a fireplace to make it super cozy. I also added this really cool window from the most recent Christmas event, and I think this really touched up the place even more. Then I just continued by adding some little miscellaneous items and even a lamp. With these miscellaneous items though, I added a couch and immersed it inside of the medium slabs, so it's kind of like a half couch, half not? I don't really know what else to say. Lastly, I just added a couple of rugs to finish the place up. Now I'm gonna tackle these really big walls, and honestly, I kind of just winged this part by adding some wooden tables onto the walls, and then I added karopi in front of the tables. Then after I placed karopi on both of the walls, I decided to decorate the entrance area, more so the door. And what I did here was that I just added some plants around the door because I thought it matched the rest of that area. Then I just adjusted the two karopi plushies, and then I went back into the editing menu to add some rugs. After that, I went to the second floor to add some basic pillars and some medium rectangles just to add that bit of extra touch onto the walls. But then I realized that I completely forgot about one of the rooms I was going to make, which was the bathroom. So I quickly went down there and I started by adding some unique wall designs by using a bunch of cylinders and some rectangles. I wanted to leave some areas open though, just so I can have some extra opportunities for cool designs. Then I changed the floor up to make it more bathroom-like, and I started by making the shower. I used some ice paints, which I haven't really used before, but oh well. Then I spent 20 gems on this wooden shower, and I thought it was super worth it because it matched the rest of the house. Then I used some more wooden furniture to go with the shower, and I think this bathroom turned out looking super good altogether. After I placed the first couple of bathroom items, I just placed some more miscellaneous items like toilet paper, more plants, and yeah, that's basically what I did for the rest of this bathroom. I almost forgot to mention though, I did make a little bit of a sink setup next to the shower. What I did here was that I placed a sink from the Easter event, and then I placed some plants beside it, because why not, honestly? Then I just kept going with the plant theme by just adding some more plants around. Lastly, I placed a couple of rugs, and now I moved up to the second floor. For the second floor, I started off by placing a couple of pillars above the ones that were sticking up from the first floor. Then to fit those other pillars, I just placed a bunch more pillars around because I feel like pillars just make the room look so much more interesting. I decided that since I didn't have very much furniture limit left, I just blocked the whole right side of the house by adding some medium rectangles and some cylinders. Then I placed the last couple of pillars and started to work on the next little area. I decided to make this area a little bit of a photo area, and the purpose was to advertise my channel, but I kind of just wanted to do something with this wall, so that's what I ended up doing. I basically added some medium slabs at the start, and then I added some brown items to touch it up a little bit. Then I started to go haywire with all the plants, and I literally added so many plants, including this really cute one for 5 gems, and it waves its cute leaves around it. It's super cute, honestly. So yeah, I just continued with the plants, and then I added this really cool string lights from the Christmas event, and I think that this perfectly sets the mood for this house. Then I started to work on the next couple of sets for the walls, and I didn't really have any idea of what I wanted to do, so I kind of just winged it again, and I decided to make it kind of like a little display area with like a tree, and also it has a swing attached to it, completing the look. I kind of worked on both of these walls at the same time, and I just started off by adding some wooden water fountains onto the brown items I placed earlier, and then I placed a huge purple tree. And at this point, I felt like the tree was laying a little bit too low, so I raised it up by using some slabs. Then to give it more of a natural feel, I just placed some grass and some plants. After that, I just kept continuing to add more plants. For the last set of walls, I completely forgot to change the wallpapers again. So I just changed it to the default neighborhood house walls, and then I covered that brown trim off with some medium slabs on the ground. And then once again, I was stumped at how I would use this area. So I just added some of the supermarket items, and then above it, I added some photos, but you'll see that later. Actually, I placed those photos sooner than I thought. Anyway, then I added some more string lights above the photos, and I think it completes the look perfectly. Anyway, to finish this little area off, I just decided to place some wreaths around the fountains, and then I had, yet again, another set of walls. Wait, I divided the last set of walls into two, so I technically still have a set of walls left. For this, I just added some cakes from the 5th anniversary, as well as some more brown items. Then I had this little hallway to tackle, and you know, how I tackle things is kind of strange. I kind of just place basic shapes until it looks good. So yeah, that's what I did. I just placed some cylinders, some medium slabs, and I also adjusted some things so that the hallway would look cleaner, and because things were sticking out. Once I finished the basic premise of the hallway, I decided to block off the area with a bunch of pillars sticking out just because I didn't want to clean that whole place up and make such a big room, because I was kind of running low on furniture. Then I went ahead and blocked the door off because I really didn't want to decorate that room, especially with everything sticking out of it. And then I went ahead placing some posters and some picture frames. After that, I didn't want to have to place posters on the other walls too, because I feel like it would become repetitive. I just made a little bit of a TV area using a fireplace from the Christmas event and a wooden TV. Then I kind of expanded on it and added a bunch of miscellaneous items and some basic shapes to finish the area off. Then I saw these really cute reindeer items, and I kind of formed a little bit of a star using 2 of them. And honestly, that was a complete random idea I had, and I think it turned out to look amazing. Then after I placed a singular plant, I decided to work on the last room, which will be a really cool pet area. For this, I just started to place more of the unique wall design I figured out in one of my videos. I don't even remember which one, but I did. And basically what I did was that I just placed them, and I also left a little place for an indent where I'm gonna place the pet station later. Before I finished placing all of the architectural elements, I just changed the wallpapers up a little bit to where it made more sense. I kind of wanted to keep the basic theme for the rest of the house, but I was also looking for kind of a cozy vibe, so I added a beige wallpaper with hearts on it, and then the neighborhood wallpaper once again, and I think it made the area feel super cozy. I also left one of the walls to have that natural aspect, because I feel like it'd be super cool to have a little bit of a window, especially to make it feel like animals would belong there. And for the floor, I just used a super basic design. Then I started to work on the floor for the pet area by adding some rectangles, and then I placed the actual pet station. I ended up having to extend the pet area a little bit, but I think it turned out to look decent at the end. Then I just added some finishing touches to the pet station by adding some stairs. Then I also added these cute pink squares and merged them into the floor to make it look even better. Then for the rest of this build, I kind of just wanted to make it kind of like a casual hangout area. So I added one of the couches from the LOL surprise event, as well as adding some posters around and a flower rug, because I didn't get to include that in my other... I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the most interesting rooms that I've probably decorated ever, because I feel like it's just so unique and so secluded. I absolutely love it. Lastly, I can't forget the plants. I added quite a lot here. Oh, and I almost forgot, I kind of used the rest of the furniture limit by decorating this wall over here because I felt like it was pretty bland. So I kind of just added some posters and stuff, and yeah. Now since I'm done with the interior, let's work on the exterior. For the exterior, I based it off of my YouTube channel. I added some pink and white wallpaper as well as some sprinkles on the roof. Then after that, I decided to use one of the trees from the Lunar New Year event, as well as adding a really futuristic mailbox. Anyway, that's the exterior finished. Now since I'm done with the exterior, I'm gonna give you a house tour. First of all, here's a really nice view of the exterior of the house. I honestly really like how this turned out, so let's go inside. Here we have the first view when you enter the house. If you go forward, you can see a picture of my channel with a perfectly decorated area with all sorts of plants, as well as some amazing plants and even a cute little fan. If you turn to the left, you'll meet the kitchen, where you can make the absolute best meals you'll probably ever have. You'll also be able to have all sorts of ingredients at your side with a bunch of fruits, as well as a humongous bag of flour. If you turn to the right in the kitchen though, you'll see this really cute kitchen sink where you can tidy up in case you make a big mess. Lastly, we have the oven and we have the fridge over here in case you need to use these utilities for your food. Now, if we go the opposite direction, you'll meet the cute little living area where you can chill and watch a couple of movies with your friends or just have a fun time binge watching your favorite TV show. Now, if we enter this door, you'll come across the bathroom. And I think this area is honestly pretty self-explanatory, so here's a better view of it inside of this footage right here. Now let's go up the stairs, shall we? Once you reach the second floor, you'll find a really cute area with all sorts of fruits, as well as more string lights and my channel, once again. And we also have this cool star made from 2 reindeer light structures. If we turn though, you'll be able to see a really nicely decorated area with a bunch of plants and again, my channel. Honestly, I feel like this whole house is just an advertising place. At least there's plants to admire. Anyway, if we turn from here, you'll come across the hallway. And the hallway is nicely decorated with a bunch of plants, posters, and even a mini TV area. Here we have the entrance to the third room, and the third room is probably my favorite room inside of this whole entire house. We have the pet area, where you can hang out with your pets as well as take care of them in case your pets need something urgently. If you go up here, here's the actual pet station, where you'll have all sorts of utilities for your pets, like a whole bathtub, a bed, and even some food and water. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye!